So once we have our mask of foundation from our forehead all the way down to our neck, we're going to go in with a black eyeliner and just do some vague sketches of circles around our eyes. Doesn't really have to be perfect, as you're going to fill it in later, and if you're going for a more cartoony look, having lopsided or uneven circles is good. So then I went in with a black gel liner and just filled in the circles, and this is where you can really crisp up the lines. Taking the same gel liner, I'm filling in my waterline and tight line, making sure there's no weird gaps as we're trying to have everything be as cohesive as possible. Then I'm taking this Makeup Revolution palette and just taking the black out of there just to set everything down. And after that, I'm going into the same palette and taking the gray to create some shading around the button to make it look more 3D. Taking NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, I drew a couple lines to make it look like light was reflecting off of the buttons, just like in the reference picture of Wybie that I had. And after I did that, I went in with the cream colored shadow from that same palette and just set down the white. And then, as you can see, I made a little boo-boo, but it was easy to clean up with the brush that I used for the black eyeshadow. And then I went over all of that with ABH's Glowkit in Moonchild, and I took the shade Star and focused it mainly on the center, but you know, brought it everywhere else anyway, because what else was I supposed to do? After that, I took the same pencil and put 4 dots on my eyelid that would represent where the thread would be going through. The buttons are all black in the movie, but I didn't really have anything that would stand out enough to use just dark color, so I used white and just repeated the same steps from before. And as you can see, if you make a mistake here, it's also easy to clean up. Taking the Stila liquid liner, I used it to draw in the thread through the buttons, sticking to the middle of the button as the thread would, you know, cross over the hole completely. You get me. And then I went back into the same palette and used the purple shade to kind of sketch out where I wanted the mouth. It goes really out of frame, but what I'm trying to draw is his smile being sewn up and his lips being pinched together because he doesn't want to be smiling right now. I also wanted to point out that you could stop before you get to the mouth and just use the buttons and be any character with a wig or whatever. So yeah. Then I went in with this Rimmel lip liner and just went over the same exact places that I put the shadow. And then I went in with a black eyeshadow and sketched out where I wanted the teeth to be. Once I got the rough outline of where the teeth were going to be placed, I went back in and rounded them out a little bit. Then I took the same white pencil from before and filled in the teeth. I wasn't super careful. I didn't want them to be super stark white because teeth aren't stark white anyway. And after that, I took kind of the same steps as before, getting that cream shadow, setting down where I put the white. Then I went back to the Glowkit and I took Star and Blue Ice and just put a little bit of that on each tooth just to make it stand out a little bit more but not be too white. Going back in with that same black shadow, I put a little bit more shading around the teeth to make them look more separated, and then I took Monte Carlo Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX and I put that over the lips, so maybe the lip liner wasn't as necessary, but I put it over the lips because I figured I would use a color that I do wear quite a bit, and it would make sense that it would be on my lips when they're sewn up. And then I took the black gel liner and I put them in the corners of my mouth to make it look like my cheeks were risen a little bit from my teeth. I added some to the center of the mouth to create shading where he's pinching his lips together. And then I drew in some thread at the corners of the mouth, extending the line a little bit to make it look like the thread went further than the lips. And I put them in a little bow. I thought about using real thread, didn't end up using real thread. Then I took these two shadows and shaded around the mouth to make it look like, you know, the skin was kind of folding from being pulled. I don't know how well it turned out, but I tried. And then shaded at the corners of the mouth to make it not so stark. Then I took the same shadows and I shaded some new smile lines from where his mouth is being pulled up. Taking this Milani blush, I put it on the new little cheeks that we made and the tip of the nose, and then I went in with that cream colored shadow and created a highlight at the top of the cheeks as well. Now onto what I think is incredibly crucial to this look, the eyebrows. So for this, I just had one tilting up more than the other one to make him look sad and confused. Onto the hair, I had second day braid waves here, so I just smoothed it out a little bit and put some dry shampoo through before adding heat protectant. I didn't want to comb anything out because I wanted to keep whatever wave I still had in it because Wybie's hair is quite intense.
I'm getting ready.
Oh, I thought you said come in.
Want to see?
Sure. That's cool.
Okay, hold on.
That is so killer.
Cool?
It's fantastic.
Hold on.
So taking my curling iron, I just curled some random pieces all around my face. I only did the front of my hair just for the sake of the tutorial. But with this kind of thing, all you need to do is do random curls, you know, all different directions, all different sizes and stuff. You tease them anyway and fluff them up and everything, so they're not supposed to look good. So then I just took my comb, as you can see, and back combed them and fluffed them up, and I hairsprayed them, and yeah, just big hair, man. That's what you want.
Bless you.
And then we're done. I used a black sweatshirt to mimic his outfit, even though his, I think, was leather. So that was it. I hope you liked it, and I hope that you all have a very safe Halloween. and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.